Hi all, thank you all for taking the time to watch this short video. I hope you've all had a really nice festive period, and here we are into another new year. They seem to just tick by, and yes, as I get older, all the days and the years seem to roll through a bit faster. But anyway, I just wanted to do a short video just to say, I guess, thank you all for supporting me on my yoga teaching journey, my new career, which started back in 2017. So for those of you who don't know about me, just a little bit of a backstory. I grew up in Suffolk. My parents brought me and my sister up in a lovely little house near Eye in the village, and I spent a lot of my summer holidays messing around outside till all hours and all of the normal things that you'd expect from a teenage boy living in the countryside. I went to high school in Eye, sixth form at Thomas Mills in Framlingham. Didn't really know what I wanted to do career-wise. Ended up in a job. Shortly after that, I was fortunate enough to go and work in the States. So I spent a lot of time in living near Louisiana. I was over there late 90s, came back early 2000. But while I was in America, it was really great for me, because for those of you that might be a friend of mine on Facebook, and occasionally I share a video on my yoga pages. I love playing guitar. I've really been into, since my teenage years, blues and rock guitar, and it's kind of mellowed out a little bit as I get older, but I still like a lot of that loud guitar music. So when I was living near New Orleans, I was fortunate enough to play in a number of different bands whilst I was out there, and played in a couple of the clubs in New Orleans. So that was a really amazing experience. So then I came back to the UK, came back to England, starting all over again. That was quite an interesting experience, starting from scratch, having not been a person in the UK for 3 years. So starting all from scratch. It's almost like recreating your identity from a paperwork perspective, i.e. the banks and jobs and all of that kind of thing. So I ended up working, getting a job in the NHS, starting at quite a junior level. And then over the following 12 years, worked my way up into quite a senior management level, worked at a number of different hospitals, spent a lot of time at Bury St Edmunds, worked at Colchester, did some contracting work in Yorkshire, in London, ended up in King's Lynn Hospital. And for the last sort of 5 or 6 years of my NHS career, I've really, like a lot of people, found myself in a career that I really didn't enjoy, found myself that was quite stressful, unhappy, and managed to convince myself that being unhappy in work was normal and I should get on with it because it paid a good wage and all of that good stuff. But I eventually got to a point where I didn't want to do it anymore, couldn't deal with it, just too stressful, too unhappy. And so I thank the NHS for making me unhappy, and I know I've said that to a few people before when I've told them about my sort of story of coming into yoga. Thank the NHS for making me unhappy and stressed, and I took what felt like a very bold move to become a yoga teacher, and started that full time in September 2017. And here we are 2.5 years later, and I'm really happy to say that my business is still working. I'm still able to pay my bills. So it's a very interesting experience transitioning careers in your 40s. And again, I'm not the only person who will have done that. Lots of people out there have done that, and I'd say, looking back, I was pretty bold to have taken that leap, and I'm really surprised in some ways that I did. I was able to do that, but I think you only do things when you're ready to do them. Often we're backed into a corner before we're ready to make a change. So I'm pleased that all of that's happened. I'm really thankful to everybody, all of you out there that has come along and continue to come back to the yoga sessions and events that I've been running across Norfolk, Suffolk and Essex. And I'm super excited and thankful to all the local people in Rendlesham, Woodbridge, Framlingham, Wickham Market that have come to the East Suffolk Yoga and Wellness Studio that Leonie and I run here in Rendlesham at the old American Air Base, RAF, what was RAF Bentwaters. So that was a massive opportunity for me. And I guess some people, you could look at opportunity, risk, kind of the same thing, but I've kind of I think I've learned to be bolder and take a step. What's the worst that's going to happen? So if you're in a situation stuck and you're not sure what to do, sometimes it's about being able to sit with the discomfort and wait for the right time to make a decision. But sometimes there is the bit of taking the risk, taking the leap, and going for it. And like I said, what's the worst that's going to happen? Anyway, so I just wanted to give you a little bit of a back story about me. If you're somebody that's local to one of the classes that I run, either in Rendlesham, Peasenhall, Waldringfield, Burston, near Diss, or my foray once a week into Norfolk and Reefham, if you're somebody that's looked at my classes and thought, I wonder what Ian's about, what sort of person he is he. So there's a little bit about me. Other than that, quite a laid back person. I'm quite laid back with my yoga and yoga classes. We've all got different body types, we've all got different limitations. So I really do encourage you to come along if you haven't done it before. Give yoga a try. It's a really good opportunity to give yourself a little bit of space. So of course we're working the body, we're stretching, we're exercising. You know, I do different types of yoga sessions, anything from something that's more relaxing to something that feels like you've been through a bit of a workout, had a bit of a boot camp type session. So there's lots of different variations out there. And also as well, if you're local to Rendlesham, Tuesday and Friday mornings yoga and coffee mornings are a really nice opportunity to meet the local people. We always have a good chat and a good laugh after yoga. So they are really good fun, and I really appreciate everybody coming along. Please do share, please do contact me if you have any questions about any of the sessions that I'm running. All of my sessions are online, either at yogawithian.com or eastsuffolkyoga.com. So have a lovely January, have a lovely 2020. Be positive, set your intentions, don't worry if you miss. Don't dilly about, put one foot in front of the other, and have a good life. Hopefully see you in yoga. Namaste.